All right, so we're back at it again. It is late at night, as you can see, and I'm speaking a little bit quietly, just out of respect for the neighbors. Don't want to be shouting whilst I'm making the video. So I just went on a road trip, about a 2.5 hour round trip. Facebook Marketplace got the better of me again. Couldn't help myself. I'm always browsing and came across something that I thought would be an upgrade for the C43, even though, and obviously the video title is going to give this away, but even though I just put some custom wheels on the car, when I saw these for sale, I thought, I wonder. So I will show you, I'll give you a sneak peek as to what I just picked up. Obviously the video title gives it away, but a little bit of a look. These are dirty, obviously, and needing a really nice detail and a cleanup. I'll pop my cover open here. Try to do this with one hand. As you can see, these are BC forged. These guys should sponsor me. It's my second set. But yeah, these are 2-piece. You can see, I think they call that the zinc hardware. It's like almost looks like titanium, like a bluish purple. It's pretty cool. So these are the brushed silver on the faces. They have the polished lips. And yeah, not much to say really, other than these are what I would have preferred to get the first time around. Obviously, I just put the 1-piece BC forged wheels on the car a couple of weeks ago, but I got those for a crazy good deal, so I can get my money out of those without a problem. But these, I think, are gonna look even better. I think this blue is going to be a nice little touch with the hardware, since my car is a metallic blue. A little bit of color on the wheels I think would look quite nice. It's so sick. I've always wanted a set of these BC forged 2-piece wheels, but the price, I've never wanted to spend the money. I've always felt like spending $6+ grand on wheels and tires, it's quite spendy, so I've never done it, and I've always kept my eyes open for a used set to come up, and in a price that I could, that I could swing. And yeah, I got a super good deal on these. I'll go over that later, talk about the finances on these, but yep, it's going to be nighttime, so I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. All right, so it's the next morning. Here are the beauties. Excuse the mess, I'm in the middle of organizing the garage, so I got a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. Yes, sir. Looking even better with a little bit of light on them. I was looking at them last night when it was dark. I wasn't really doing them justice, but even though it's overcast, yes sir, these are gonna look super good once we clean them up. Ooh-wee. Those lips, these lips are gonna come up so nice once I clean them. The actual rims aren't too bad. There's just a little bit of junk. You can see. Apparently they only had 1,000 miles on them, which I can believe because the tread on the tires is full. I mean, they don't look like they've got much use on them at all. So these are 19s. Ugh, try and put this on the floor. These are 19s, so they're the same size. They're also 8.5, so same width. Although these ones are actually 19 by 8.5 squared, so all around. But I'm still planning to run staggered tires, so that'll be fine. It'll be the same fitment that it has now, because that's an 8.5 with a 225, and then on the rears I'll do a 255 to maintain the factory sizes, because you can run a 255 on an 8.5 wide. That's actually what they run from the factory. The factory C43 wheels are a 7.5 wide on the front and an 8.5 wide on the rear, and the rears have a 255 on them. So that's what the game plan is. These tires are too small. These are actually 235/30, I believe. Yeah, 235/30. So these are too small. These are about an inch smaller in total diameter. And I don't know, it would just look, it's hard to put it up against the car and get an idea, but you can see there, it would just look a bit funky if I went to the, if I was to just throw these on the car with these tires. It would just lower the car even more, but it would also exaggerate the tire gap, because obviously I'm going to reduce my sidewall size. So these tires are coming off. I'm just figuring out the tire situation, but I figured out today I'll at least wash them up. They do need a clean. I ordered up some sensors, because I'm not going to swap those tires over. I'm just going to sell those wheels complete. So I'm just going to get my scrubbing detailing brush and such out and give these a nice little clean, so that they're prepped for the tires that I will be ordering probably today. Actually, I'll try and get some tires ordered. So yeah, there we go, boys. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna wash these up. So I just rolled the first one outside. I'm not gonna go crazy with the detailing, because once I get tires on them, they're gonna get covered in grease from the tire mounting. Also, I'll be ceramic coating them the same way I did with the last set. So all I'm gonna do is just kind of wash them up. I've got my detailing brush and a sponge, so I'm just gonna get into all the cracks and crevices and just kind of give them a basic cleanup. But I keep looking over at the car and thinking, that's gonna look really sweet. I think it's gonna look a little bit better, just because the brushed silver isn't quite as in your face as the full polished. Now don't get me wrong, those wheels do look really nice and the full polished finish looks pretty cool, but I think this, with its full polished outer lip and then the brushed silver on the face, is going to look a bit classier. I don't know. That came out almost a chrome finish, which I wasn't expecting. So I think these are going to be a little bit more tasteful, I think. But even with an overcast day, these look super nice. So got my trusty little garden hose, sponge. I'm going to get to it, and I'll show you in a second once I've cleaned this up. So there we go. The whole set has been cleaned up. Gave them a decent detail. Just used some Adam's soap and had my little detailing brush so I could get in all of the tight areas, especially behind all the spokes here, and in all of these little details. Has these nice machined pockets here. And yeah, the more I look at the wheel, the more little design things that I can pick out. You know, you can see here the kind of the grooving they've made around the lug sockets. It's a nice little touch. And these spokes have got some nice kind of chamfered edges here to add a little bit of extra flair to the design. So I had a really easy time cleaning them up. You know, sometimes if the wheels haven't been detailed regularly, the brake dust can almost become bonded to the surface and becomes really difficult to clean it off. Then you have to start using all kinds of aggressive cleaners to try and get them all the way clean. But these washed off with just using regular Adams shampoo and a wheel woolly and a little brush. So definitely didn't have to work too hard at it. But as you can see, the condition of these wheels is pretty much as new. I mean, there's no scratches. Whoever had these before took really good care of them. And I'm not going to need to do too much to them before I ceramic coat them, but that'll be after the tires have been mounted. If we look on the barrel, I'll just flip this around real quick. You can see here the inside came up absolutely pristine. Didn't even have to use any tar remover. So definitely got off easy cleaning these up. You can see the stickers are still present and the engravings there for the wheel specs. So the first part of it is going to be, it's a 19-inch. This means it's an 8.5 wide, and the bolt pattern 5x112 and the offset 38. So for those people that are familiar with the C43, the offset for the front needs to be a 32 or lower. Ideally a 30 or even a 28 is better, just to give you clearance because of the really tight tolerance on the back between the tire and the spindle. So what I've got, and I'll be using front and back, is I have some custom 10mm spacers that are machined specifically for this application. So it also has the extension on the kind of the lip of the hub so that they remain hub centric, and that's really important with these. So I actually ran the same spacer on my C43 forged wheels that I had on the C450, because those were identical specs. Those were 19 by 8.5 with a 38 offset. So very familiar with the fitment, and that's what I'll be doing with this one. So as I mentioned, these tires are a little small, so I'm gonna have to upsize the tires. A 30 sidewall would be even smaller than this, and that's just not going to work for me. And I'm not even sure the car would be happy with it. It might cause errors with the computer, with the four-wheel drive system, because it would reduce my total tire height by about 1.5 inches. So I'm not sure how that would suit the current, you know, all the data that the car reads, thinking the wheels are this size. If I went down, it might cause some kind of fault codes. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm not going to run them because I don't want to have that small of a sidewall. So we will be doing this, like I mentioned, we're doing the 255s on the back, same as what I have here, and then 225s on the front. So that's it for now. I'm going to make another video once I get the tires and everything sorted out. Wanted to show you guys what I just picked up. I am so hyped to get these on the car. I think it's going to completely change the look. I know these have only been on the car for a couple of months, but these were what I really would have loved to get from the get-go. But you know, you can't pick and choose when these things come up for sale. And as I mentioned, I don't have $6,500 of budget to go and buy this all brand new. So I was just relying on whatever I could find on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, eBay, you know, the usual suspects. So I did get very lucky with these. And, you know, like I say, doing it a little bit backwards, having to redo these, but that's okay. I don't mind having a second do of the wheels. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. New video coming soon. Thanks for watching. And yeah, look forward to the update on this car. I think it's going to look crazy with these on. So, yep, that's me over and out. See you again soon.